Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Semi-Perfect Podcast. It is July 11th, 2018, and I am still texting Gabe to see if he's going to be here. However, we are approximately 2 weeks... No. Yeah. 2 weeks before BronyCon is going to hit, the biggest Brony convention in the world. And we're going to be giving out 4 BronyCon badges throughout this podcast.
3-day passes.
Yep, these are 3-day badges. And yeah, so I saw that we had quite the list of names ready to go for that.
Yeah,
so,
we have 27 people submitted before. So do we want to announce the first person pretty soon, like after food posts?
Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna space these out.
Yeah. Okay, but first,
have you already spun the wheel?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be something that's gonna be on screen, so everybody can enjoy. Okay. So.
But then I can't pick my favorites.
Okay, but first, there were quite a few people that had some questions about how this works. First thing that I will address is how to use this. As we said earlier, it is not a physical badge that we will be mailing to you. We will email you a code that you will put in the promotional code area on the BronyCon website, where when you go to register, you'll click the register button. You'll click the 3-day pass, and then it will give you an option to put in a promotional code, and that is what we are going to be giving to you. So it is as easy as that. And another question that we got quite frequently is if you win it and you end up not being able to go, at that point,
we'll kill you.
At that point, you're the winner of that badge. You can do with it what you will. If you want to give it to a friend, if you want to, just see if anybody in the SBP community on our Discord server, if anybody wants to go to BronyCon and they didn't have the chance to win, maybe hit them up or just be like, hey guys, I got a badge.
I mean, like, I'll say this: if you know tonight, like, that your name's in the drawing, but you know for a fact that you're not going to go, and you want us to just re-roll, let us know. Just because that's something that we could take care of, like, tonight.
Yeah.
And then we, there's not going to be just kind of a floating badge out there. But if you think you might be able to go and you have the badge or whatnot, like Sarah
that
said,
would be able to go. If you're putting your name down in the stance of a friend that you want to give this badge to, that is also okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alrighty then. So let's get the food posts, or do we want to do? Wait, what do we do first? The food posts or the weeks? The food posts, right? My brain is fried right now.
Well, before we do that, let's say hello to Hirosashii.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello to Laura. Hello to Paleo.
Hello.
Hello to Toodles.
Hi.
Saber.
Yep.
Hi. You guys have ice cream over there?
We're not eating any just yet, no.
Are you lying to me?
No, it's in the freezer, but I'm gonna have some in a bit. I'll let you know when I stand up to go to the freezer.
Okay.
And then also let you know when I'm back and what flavor.
Alright.
Okay.
Deal. Alright, so
whatever we're talking about, just for that.
SPP Foods. That's the hashtag we use on Twitter.
Yep.
And that is where people have submitted
Yes.
their food posts.
First up, we got Hirosashii enjoying the outdoors during the podcast. It's got a bag of crunchy Cheetos and looks like a little Dole fruit cup. Nice.
That's a classic hiking picnic right there. Cheetos and fruit. Nora Mermaid says, Cuban crackers on a Wednesday. Also, almost got chicken tenders, but I'm running on low sleep. Yay. Cuban crackers. Has anyone here had Cuban crackers before?
I want to know what low sleep has to do with not being able to eat chicken tenders.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good question.
Well, maybe she had to make them and she did not feel like making them.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. But these Cuban crackers, they look like just big old crackers.
They look like cookies.
Mm.
Is there anything about them especially Cuban?
They're smoking cigars.
Oh. Is that a Cuban activity?
Cuban cigars.
I don't know.
Norris Brony has the best looking meal. Cheese spread sandwich. Says it's my birthday in a month's time, turning 25 soon. Happy
birthday a month in advance.
Yeah.
I wish I was turning 25 soon.
Shut up, Paleo. No one likes dolphin.
There was a great moment. There was a beautiful moment last night. So we were talking, and the topic of endangered species came up, and Saber's like, yeah, there's some like dolphin that's endangered, and Paleo pipes up and goes, "What is it actually, Paleo? What was it called?"
It's a porpoise.
Yeah, and Saber's just like, "Shut up, Paleo."
The thing is, like, I literally told him days ago, like,
Oh
when
my
we were
God.
talking about endangered species.
Like an old married couple. I told you this.
I told you, it's a.
I told you this 2 months ago. Alright,
You don't
we
know
got.
that. I studied porpoises, my entire life. How do you not know that yourself? Shut up, Paleo.
Alright, we've got railroad bronies.
White Japanese people hunt down
We've got-
porpoises.
We've got railroad bronies.
Wow.
Saying
This is
happy
happy 7-Eleven
7-Eleven day. Got some bow tie
Got
pasta.
some boat? Whoa.
Fuck.
What's
With
going
garlic
on?
bread and my last bottle of lemonade for this semi-perfect pod. You gotta get some more lemonade.
Yeah,
I thought those were
That's like your
Cheez-It.
trademark.
I actually did too.
Cheez-Its with garlic bread. Yum yum.
My ultimate Italian. Wow. John Dash says, just finishing up Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and eating Wendy's that I had delivered to my apartment. The
Nice.
future is now.
Very nice.
Let's see here. Rosie says, enjoying tonight's semi-perfect podcast without food, but I just finished rehearsing my song for the BronyCon talent show.
Ooh.
Weird voice day,
Talent
but
show?
it's coming along
Sick.
nicely. Yeah, they're having a
Nice.
talent show.
Good luck, Rosie. I'm
Kick
rooting
butt.
for you.
Reckless says, so deciding to sleep in was a bad idea, so I rushed to get this sorted. But I do have Pepsi Max milk coffee and milk arrowroot biscuits and whatever is left of my barbecue chips. And there are some really interesting choices for food here tonight.
Yeah.
And then Rospis says, no food tonight, but I do have a cup.
Nice. That's
So
a very
you're
nice
well
cup.
on your way. Well on your way to
Yeah.
having food.
You just have to pour something in that cup.
Yeah.
That's
So
food.
it's
But okay.
the predicament. Are drinks not? Do they
Is
not
a
fall under the
milkshake a
class?
food or a drink?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
I would say it's a food because it really fills you up, actually. Like,
Is a sandwich a hot dog?
or a milkshake.
No.
I think you ordered that incorrectly, but okay.
I
Yeah.
purposely porpoise.
Porpoise for me.
Yeah. So how's everyone's week been? Or last 2 weeks?
Really shitty.
Oh no.
But that's alright. Maybe tomorrow it'll fix itself.
Ooh.
This sounds work related.
Oh, you're right.
Man.
Whatever.
Anybody
I
else?
have a vacation at the end of this month, so it's whatever.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Glad you have a vacation to look forward to.
I mean, it's BronyCon.
Well, I mean, that's
so-
fun.
Yeah, that's fine. It'll be fun. Did that sound insincere or something?
No, just
No, it just sounds like you remind me of the freaking guy on Ferris Bueller's Day Off right now.
Cameron.
Cameron. Yeah, let my Hirosashii go. Paleo. You've done some traveling this week.
Yeah, I went to go visit Saber and Laura the past week.
It was fun. We went to a safari, drove my car around, saying hi to animals,
You put a buffalo.
a pet bison. It was pretty cool. It was really
Was it
cute.
bison or buffalo?
It like rubbed my car and like moved it a bit when it rubbed its head against my window to distract itself.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
scratching
okay.
itself on the car.
Yeah,
It's
y'all
fun.
like had like
Drool.
the best 4th of July ever, and I'm very jealous.
It was great. And we what else did we see? There were like wildebeest, emus, these massive rhinos, but they were sectioned off, which is, makes sense.
Yeah.
Camel.
Yeah, you don't want a rhino hitting your car.
No, it'd fuck your day up. What else?
And your car.
Lots of deer, lots of alpaca, llama.
Yeah, there was the little deer, the fallow deer. Like, they were aggressive with the food. They're like, they like took the bowl out of Saber's hand.
I haven't eaten in 10 minutes!
but here's the thing though, is the alpaca had a coupon with its gift card to get 2 buckets of food, and the other alpaca couldn't eat that food because of its allergies. So the server brought 2 buckets of food
What?
for that one alpaca.
It's like Sarah.
Y'all see what I'm doing here?
No! I have no idea what you're doing here.
I'm joking about Jeffrey and how he did the milkshake thing with Sarah at Red Robin's.
Yes.
Oh my god, so I was right.
I remember now.
Not just like Sarah, it is Sarah.
Yeah.
I was like, coupon? What the?
I'm just imagining like an alpaca just handing out coupons. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Sarah was super jealous of Paleo being covered in birds.
Yeah.
They loved him.
Yeah,
They were so
I had like
cute.
5 budgies on me.
They were so cute.
Yeah, I recorded the trip when we were in the safari and also the aviary.
Nice.
But I sent it to Saber so he can upload it to his secondary channel.
Nice.
Can you still see where the drool landed from
Yes.
the bison?
And I asked the car folks, I'm like, can we fix this? And they're like, no, you'd have to like repair it. And I'm like, like the structure of it. I'm like, screw it. Like, it would be a good story.
Yeah, it'll just be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah's like, I'm so jealous, and I'm like, but look, the thing's drooling all over the place, and she's like, so?
I'll bring a towel next time. And, like, drape it over the car.
A bib for the bison.
It was great. I mean, those animals are just magnificent. It was really cute, and I think what got me is I was like in awe of its size. I mean, like it's easy to talk a big game when you're watching an animal documentary or in your protected by a car or whatever. But then when the windows are down and it's in your face, you're like, oh shit! Like that fight and flight is kind of kicking in a little bit, where you're just very cautious.
Yeah.
The emus, I mean, not like I would ever attack one, but it just kind of like, these are massive animals. Like, they can destroy you if they were, inclined, but they're just super sweet. The emus are really funny because they have their little mouths open and they're like, you're like hearing them breathe.
That one, like, emu did that too.
Yeah.
They have asthma.
Yeah, they're like that guy in Hey Arnold that likes Helga.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Ah!
Brainy. What? Brainy?
Uh,
Hey, yeah.
anybody
Sarah,
else?
anything new for you?
I mean, I've been getting freelance. I don't know if this is like a good time to tell our Hollywood story or if we should save that for later.
Oh my gosh. We could tell it now.
Okay. If you promise to condense it a little bit.
Then let's tell it later.
Oh, right. Well.
I don't condense stories.
I don't
Here, race
condense.
best.
All right. Here, you do,
Race best.
just do
I'm
it.
gonna.
Yeah.
I'm getting up, and I'll probably come back with ice cream.
Everyone's just sit
Stand
tight,
still.
just chill.
All right.
Nobody
Very
move.
quiet.
Well, I'm gonna use the bathroom first.
Okay.
So, and then I'll be back with ice cream, and I'll interrupt whatever we're doing to talk about ice cream.
All right.
Okay.
Alright.
Well.
Okay.
So, do you want to do the Hollywood story later?
I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my apartment and get my charger if you're gonna talk.
Wow.
You might as well just stay there overnight. I'll still be going.
I was playing.
So, I guess just to be super, to open this up, Sarah and I went to Hollywood, and it was a reminder of how shitty Hollywood truly is.
Yeah.
California.
I mean, like, shitty. For anyone that's never been to Hollywood, it's funny because I know, like, we have friends from, like, overseas, like in England, and I remember, like, I'd always hear them say how excited they would be one day to see Hollywood. And I'm like, no, you don't.
It's really not that great, guys. Just saying. Like, I mean, it's coming from the mouth of someone who lives here, like, but I can understand how it's, like, cool to see the sign, and, like, that's cool. But you don't have to see the sign from the Hollywood Strip.
No, like I said, it's shitty, and I'll elaborate.
If you want to see Hollywood, just go to Universal Studios.
Yeah, like that's your much better bet. So the reason Sarah and I went to Hollywood, first off, we're in Hollywood there's this pin trader event, and it's for Disney collectible pins, and the way that they do this is there is a Ghirardelli shop right next to the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood, and every couple of weeks they release a series of pins, and they only have, I believe it's
usually around 300 copies of those pins. Very limited edition.
300. Yeah, so they're limited edition pins. You either get them there or you're basically at the mercy of eBay. And they do this giveaway because it's in the middle of Hollywood. They do this at a super early hour. So Sarah and I were in Hollywood at, 5 a.m.?
Yeah, we got in line at 5 a.m. exactly. We woke up at about 4. So it was very early.
Now, why were we there? There was a Zootopia pin.
There it is.
There was a Judy Hopps pin.
I kind of felt that was
A 4th of July edition.
Obvious. So, yeah, so there's a 4th of July Judy Hopps pin that came out, and Sarah and I get in line. I have a coworker. That's the only way I actually found out about how they do this whole thing. But yeah, my coworker, she saw us in line, said hi, we talked for a bit. But being in line, just the few hours that we waited in line, because the way this process works is you get in line at 5, about, what is it, like, around 6? Is that when they start passing things out?
No, like right at 5, we got our wristbands at 5.
Right.
And then, around 5:45 to 6 o'clock, they usher you into the back alley in order to go and pick a number from. Well, it's not a terrifying back alley. Like it's decent enough for Hollywood.
So dangerous.
Yes.
Well, there's 400 people there, so
It's shit.
Yeah, but that could be 400 muggers as well.
okay. So they usher you to go get your raffle, like your ticket, which will have a number on it, and if your number is under 300, you can get back in line, and that is your ticket into the store to buy your exclusive pins.
So the reason they do this, it's basically, it's a lottery. So you could be the first person in line. You could have been waiting there for 9 hours, and you could be the first one to pull a number, and it could be like 400, and you're screwed.
Yeah.
The reason they do this is because a couple years ago they didn't have this lottery system, and people were literally lining up
Like camping.
days before, and it became an issue. And they're like, okay, well, we have no way of, like, I guess, like, literally homeless people started getting in fights with people in line, and they're like, this is a mess. Let's prevent this. So yeah, so once you get your ticket, you go through the store and you get your pins, and voila, you're good.
So while we were waiting in line to get our tickets with the numbers, we witnessed a hit and run, and about like 300 people took a picture of the car both of the cars actually, like, they ran from the scene. But we got pictures of one of them.
So, good old California. I feel like there's a small bit of logic that falls in. Like, I get that, like, sometimes in a hit and run incident, the person who runs from the scene is probably freaking out about it. It doesn't in any way justify what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But in my head, I was laughing because it was like this little VW Bug, like the newer kind, and it crashed into the side of like a truck,
pickup truck, yeah, like,
and this thing actually did real good in this crash, but then drove away in front of an audience of, again, like 300 plus people. Yeah, and I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, everybody here knows that you're hitting and running.
Sea salt and caramel ice cream.
Yeah, wow, you're such a Kingdom Hearts boy.
Sea salt and caramel,
butter,
delicious.
Bourbon truffle.
Do the caramel.
Nice.
All right, so when did Judy show up?
Oh, let's get some sea salt ice cream atop the clock tower, and they hit me.
So this person screws up. Also, while in line, there's this dude that walks by, and he looks like he just came right out of an 80s concert. And he's walking, and he walks into the security guy standing behind us and goes, "What's this for?" And the guy's like, "Oh, it's a pin trading thing." And the guy's like, "Pins? Dude, California's fucked up."
And then he walks away.
And he walked off. And I'm just looking at him like, yeah, California is pretty fucked up. So we go through. I think after the car accident, things got slightly uneventful.
There was that crazy guy across the street.
Oh yeah, the guy. So there's this dude. There's this guy who's
probably
man, he was
coked up or something. He was on something.
He was so happy. Okay, let's not take anything away from his happiness. He was watching a movie, or I should say, a poster for a movie, and he's just sitting there looking at it, and all of a sudden you just hear,
like, loud, obnoxious laughing from across the street. Like, it was, it wasn't.
You really liked that Wreck-It Ralph poster.
Yeah. It was one of those posters that changes its ads every once in a while, the digital ones. And so whenever it changed, he would, like, laugh.
Yeah.
He was very enamored with it.
It was a very Hollywood experience. And we eventually got our pins. After we got our pins, we got some breakfast, then went to the Ripley's, believe it or not, across the street.
Yep.
Checked that out. I forget if there were any stories
Not
between
really.
any of that.
I mean, it was cool.
So, one thing that I forgot to mention is when we got to Hollywood, and we the way that they have this parking structure is it kind of goes underground, and you just keep going level by level, and then there's like a central station where you get in, and there's a lot of like escalators that lead you up to the top floor, also an elevator, yada yada. Hollywood smells, and we walked into this like central station, and I was like, oh my god, like it literally smells like shit in here. and we make it to the top, and I'm like, thank god it doesn't smell like that out here. Well, we leave Hollywood, and I'm walking by the same area about to leave the doors, and all of a sudden I'm like, Jesus Christ, it smells like shit again. And I turned to Sarah to tell her this, and behind her up against the wall, I noticed that there's like some like splatter effect going on, and I realized, dear God, someone actually just took a shit right there.
Yeah, it was like next
Hollywood
to a vending
is
machine.
The shittiest place
literally
on the planet. Like, it is the most disgusting, like, and I don't know what they ate, man, but oh my god.
You know, there's a lot of places in California where I'm told about it. I'm like, there's like the glamorous side of culture, but then the people are like, LA absolutely fucking blows, or Hollywood is the worst, and things like that, and it just makes me realize that I don't want to go to California except when I go see you guys. That's it.
You're talking about like Los Angeles area, so
yeah, there are great places in California, but for some reason I laugh at that. Like Hollywood's one of the glamored up ones. Like to me, it's like okay, there's stars with, you know, movie people's names on them. Great, fantastic. You know, it's so God, like if you get there, I just don't want anyone on watching this podcast to ever think that Hollywood is like some glamorous magical place, because it is not. Like if I could avoid going there, I will.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to admire the people literally dancing in the streets, like I once saw like Rip Van Winkle just wearing like a cloth and dancing in the streets. It was literally the first time we showed Sarah Hollywood. Actually, it was at 11 o'clock at night, and this guy came walking out and just dancing.
In front of the car.
In front of the car. Like it is the weirdest.
Drugs scare me. Like there's a lot of things that drugs do to people where they just lose all like connections to reality. And it's sad, but at the same time, it's like don't do drugs then.
Don't do it. Yeah, no, but like I said, there are great places in California.
They're gonna say there are great drugs.
There are great drugs.
First
and good reasons to use them.
Himself.
Like Zootopia. I think that could be considered as a drug at this point.
Yes, they were coming in for the roast bomb.
That was prescribed.
By who?
Okay. Myself.
Oh,
It was a self-diagnosis thing.
Okay. Yeah, so that was our Hollywood story. Literally, Hollywood is shit. Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how they, like, splattered it against the wall.
Well, I mean, I could think of ways, but I don't particularly want to voice them. So, how about we do our first raffle?
Shotgun! All right.
So, shall we do our first...
Ice cream here is tasty.
Yeah, how's your
Good.
brown ice cream?
Oh, I'm sorry.
How dare you?
That's why we did the food post right before that. I'm gonna move to where Sarah is right now, so I can see a live view of whoever. So we're gonna do the first raffle right now, or the first drawing.
Yeah.
A drawing of a key.
Drawing.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Drawing.
So I'm gonna switch over to the screen, to the giveaway screen. Why is it not working? Sorry.
First grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade.
I know, it's dumb. And I had it all cropped out when I first did this. Oh, there we go.
I'm enjoying this.
I gotta move this
That
over.
bottom one say
I
adopted.
gotta move this over.
This is adapted.
Adopted.
Okay.
First grade, second grade, adopted, fourth grade.
Okay.
Okay, so this thing spins.
Yes. Okay. So,
All right.
here we go.
I'm nervous.
That looks like
Everyone,
that
pick
looks
your
like the Apple
favorites.
logo.
Who is our first winner?
All right.
3-day pass.
All right. So you hit spin, and then do you do anything else or no?
Nope. We just let
All right, it's going. It's going.
hello.
And Michael.
That name.
Michael 58294570.
I don't. That is the most. How did they even come up with these names?
It's really cool.
Is our first winner.
Hooray!
Like, how do you remember that name?
I don't know.
Tell them a phone number with a 0 added on the end.
Boop, boop. Okay. So I'm writing that name down. So each winner will be notified via email after the podcast ends.
Loyal Brony's asking why Curious is in his name.
Oh, fuck. I must have messed up and accidentally put two names in one? Or, oh,
Ooh,
okay.
2 winners.
Yeah, I see what the issue is. But I will fix that, and that will be taken into account for the next roll. What's next? I guess we should probably... Equestria Girls came out. a special
Yeah.
called Roller Coaster
Yeah.
of
I haven't
Friendship.
seen that yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So then we might not be able to talk about it today. Probably next time. I don't know.
Exactly.
Since I think a few of us have not seen it.
I watched it, so I was real surprised when the carrot.
The carrot.
Applejack is elevating herself in waifu status.
She is, right? She really is. Which is incredible. Yeah, if we want to, we could save that topic for next time. Do you have a spoiler thing up, or
I
ready
don't.
to
Well,
go?
I do have one. Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say another thing. Has everyone in the podcast seen Jurassic World at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So.
No.
So yeah,
Is that
this was
paleo
something that we
people?
said that we would talk about. I think when we were on the last podcast, we wanted to talk about Jurassic World. So I did make a spoiler screen, and that is going up now. And as long as the screen is up, we'll be talking about Jurassic World spoilers. And if you don't want to be spoiled, then tune out for a little while, probably about like 5 to 10 minutes, as long as the screen is up on the screen.
Well, I don't think Paleo's seen it yet, but I also don't think
Oh,
he
wait.
cares.
Oh.
Probably fine.
He doesn't. Well, he doesn't like dinosaurs.
He hates
No, I
dinosaurs.
hate dinosaurs. They're the worst.
First of all, I
Actually-
hate dinosaurs and evolution.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing that happened at when I was visiting Saber. He has a book, like one of his childhood books, and on the first page it says he wrote down, first of all, I hate evolution and dinosaurs.
And this is
Yeah.
a dinosaur book.
Saber,
Yeah.
what was that about? Tell us what your childhood Saberspark was thinking.
Well, he knew that he'd have his stupid ass friend named Paleo in the future, so he decided planned this years in advance.
No, he actually wrote that the last week.
A weird phase where, so I went to a private Christian school, so it didn't really help me with the signs, of like getting educated and understanding like basic knowledge. So I also, this even went on for like the first year of college, where I was like, I'm gonna be an apologist and studied creationism and I even went to like on Facebook. Laura, Laura's.
I have a Bachelor of Science in Physics, and I want to punch myself right now.
What the hell?
Just
So,
'cause
in the Bible it said that physics is not real. It's just,
It's not.
but yeah,
As an engineer, I could tell you it's not. I just, Saber doesn't like dinosaurs or
the Bible.
anything. It's so great.
You know, the more I think about it, like if me and Saber met before the whole brony thing, I think we would not be friends.
Oh, yeah, same.
No, what?
Wow.
Gosh.
Agreed. Agreed.
Like like if we were both at the same like elementary school, I'd be like, wow, why is that guy? Why is that kid like so dumb?
It's okay, dear.
Okay, dear. Guys, you're getting
All
me in
right, so
trouble.
Jurassic World, the movie. Does anybody want to start on their opinion of the movie?
I was surprised that there were like dinosaurs in the movie because I thought they died like 4 movies ago.
Like Jurassic World. Your Jurassic Park, just the first one.
Yeah.
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 It was interesting. So they went to the island and said we need an ark, and then made an ark, and then saved the dinosaurs from the flood.
Mm,
Then everybody was happy.
except for
Yeah.
that one long neck.
Yeah.
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 They didn't have room for him.
Her.
He didn't have a fast pass.
Yeah, her.
Her what?
They're all
All
female.
all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female.
Whatever. That's sexism.
That's the line from the first movie.
But they changed sex, remember?
Yeah.
Life finds a way, Steven. Doesn't mean that they're male.
No, that one particular was
In the second one or third one, there's like a male T-Rex, right?
Yeah,
You can-
in
you
Lost
can
World,
tell.
there's the mother and father T-Rex.
There you go.
How do you know which one's the dad?
I think they tell you.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can't tell.
I don't know. I didn't check.
Paleo should know this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
About, like, T-Rex's favorite pastimes and stuff.
Your favorite pastime
Sarah-
is stomping around San Diego.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, did you like the movie?
I mean, it's a fun flick to watch, but I feel like where these movies start to kind of fail for me is when, in order to make the dinosaurs seem more threatening, you make the people extremely stupid. I think this will kind of be changed up by the third film, but like I'm kind of tired of like the whole like, oh, brand new dinosaur that's gonna kill everybody. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
they've said that like the Indoraptor was the last hybrid. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of figured.
It's kind of
Yeah,
weird
it's
to
the
me.
next movie.
Like, it was a big moment in the movie where the reveal was... I was confused. I'm like, where are they going with this girl? Like, is the mom going to be, like, a lady from the first Jurassic Park or something? And then...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like,
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of the hair, and I'm like, who the hell is this? And, yeah, like, it never really even crossed my mind, admittedly, about, oh, what if they use this stuff on humans?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that should have been something that crossed my mind by now, but it wasn't. So, yeah, so they made a girl.
Yep.
The end. Yeah,
Like a
no,
bad
it
little pony. Sorry.
I don't get why, like, man, we were smart enough to get that far, but like, most humans, I guess, still don't have the intelligence to not go in the cage and leave it unlocked. Like, why is that so hard? Come on.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Like, these aren't like little children doing it. It's like some
Grown ass
6-year-old
military man.
soldier dude, yeah. Like, come on. You don't need that tooth. You're fine. Stop.
But yeah.
Yeah. Paleo, how was this movie? How would you rate it?
No, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, as far as like all the Jurassic Park movies, it's still probably at the bottom right now.
Right.
But I mean, I'd have to see it again because I've only seen it once so far.
So, but you still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it. Yeah, and I do enjoy Michael Giacchino's music in the movie.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. He did other movies like Rogue One.
And Zootopia.
And Incredibles.
Yep.
And Inky Dinks. Yeah.
What?
So, what?
What? Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, anyone else have anything to add about Jurassic World?
Do we want to like talk about the ending and what all that like implies, like as far as the future of like the third movie?
Oh,
my God,
yeah.
the title of the movie.
It's
a Jurassic World.
Whoa.
Oh,
The funny thing is I love how we're like, oh
Title
crap.
drop.
Like, I get the idea or the concern there where they're like, oh my gosh, the dinosaurs have gotten out. But I'm like, didn't they have like 20? Like, couldn't we round those up?
Yeah.
Like, it's too late now. They're out there. It's like,
Yeah.
well, couldn't we just find them?
No, it's fine. They'll be okay.
I mean, I'm sure they're great for the ecosystem.
Oh yeah.
So. I
Yeah,
mean,
but then there's that big boy in the ocean.
Yeah, the Mosasaurus.
Yeah, he's,
and then there's like all of the pterosaurs that were let loose.
Yeah.
Paleo, can you explain to me why they were so comfortable in going into this gigantic lagoon lake bay area that's clearly like has a bajillion size wall to keep something in or out, most likely in. And they're like, don't worry, it's dead.
Yeah, they thought it was dead.
Yeah.
Why would they think it's dead? What
Because it has nobody to feed it. Because it was stuck in there.
So it could have eaten a diet. like, come on.
Do we know how much time passed between movies?
I don't know.
It's supposed to be 3 years. Like in
3?
real time.
But like, there's
Yeah.
so much vegetation and shit all over everything, and like everything's already like broken down and all. Like I know that dinosaur probably like stepping on it and breaking stuff, but like there's so much vegetation growing out of stuff. I'm like, does that happen in 3 years? I don't think so. But
I enjoyed the throwbacks in this movie. Like some of the, I always enjoy seeing some stuff where it's like, Jurassic Park.
They got you with that nostalgia hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of parallels.
That's one thing I don't really like about it, because it feels like, oh, you're just doing
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they make money.
Like with the girl and the dumbwaiter, I was like, oh, that's the kitchen scene in Jurassic Park. And also with Blue on the operating table, oh, that's the baby T-Rex in Lost World.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't make that one.
He did Race did bring up a good question, but I think a better question is, why on earth is there only one door between that big thing and the ocean? Like the open ocean?
Yeah,
like at least 2 doors to go in between while one door closes, then you have the other one opening. Like
they're just like, it won't notice that we open this door whenever we need to.
Nah.
Oh man, I wonder why they. Man, I don't know. I just like that whole like area. I'm surprised that they felt the need to put a door that could or couldn't open in it, just because like I get that might have been.
The thing is, I'm gonna have to rewatch and also look at the layout of the park, because I could have sworn that the Mosasaurus pool was like in the middle of the park, like on the island, not like actually attached to the ocean. I'm not sure if like there's some way that there's a river that goes into it or something, so that way they could get all the salt water. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, we're gonna look up the map for Jurassic World real quick. Let's see.
You realize that dinosaur thing survived completely off of its one snack of that lady that just was in the wrong place at the wrong time in the last movie.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm good. I just ate a vegan. So no, it was,
is in the middle of the park.
That's so dumb.
They just changed the layout of the park between movies. No biggie.
It's been 3 years, Sarah.
I don't know.
And it doesn't seem like there's a river, but it ends like at the pterodactyl area. Unless it doesn't, maybe it goes underground. I don't know. It got out somehow.
I was kind of hoping there'd be more Jeff Goldblum in this movie.
Yeah,
Right?
there might be in the next one.
Probably.
Because and there have been talks about getting Sam Neill back for Alan Grant, which I would be so into.
Oh, I'd be down for that. Spoilers, damn you. But good. Cool. Yeah. That'd be neat. Anyone else have any thoughts they'd like to share?
I have no idea. I just know that like they had like exchanges on Twitter or something, and that I don't know if like it's confirmed or not. He might not. So I don't know.
Cool.
I'd be down for that though.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else have anything to add about Jurassic World?
I think it's a bad movie, but it's fun to watch with friends.
Yeah.
I like dinosaurs.
There's
I
like
like dinosaurs, and I like Jurassic Park as a franchise.
Yeah.
There's like one particular shot, scene, whatever, that like I thought was really cool, and it's like when they're in the like the control room, and there's that one dinosaur that gets in, and it's like Claire and that like IT guy, and all like the lava starts dripping down. It's like all it's separating them between them and the dinosaur. I thought that was pretty
yeah. That was pretty cool.
How did this guy think he was gonna get away with the other guy not noticing that they were having a dinosaur auction in his basement?
Like, I don't know.
Like,
well, he was sick and in bed. And...
yeah, but that's like really banking on. Like, I almost got the feeling that he didn't even know that they were like building this entire thing underneath the mansion.
Why do they only ever show 4 rooms of this giant mansion?
It's actually a really small house.
Because it's like they show the old guy's room, they show the little girl's room, they show like the gallery area, and they show the basement. And that's it. There's nothing else in that house. There's no kitchen. There are 0 bathrooms. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
All right. What
But at
does
least
that?
they have a big ass dinosaur living room exhibit.
Yeah.
Isn't that the gallery? Like where all that stuff is?
Yep.
That's
but it's
where
like,
they.
it's like stories 12. That's like the first floor.
Yeah. They rent out the other rooms, okay? They gotta make some money somehow.
Airbnb.
Make a lot of money on Airbnb.
Yeah.
I am not giving this.
That's why they're so rich.
Oh my god. Cool.
Anything to bring in money.
Better than Infinity War.
Whoa,
no way.
All right. So does that end our discussion about Jurassic World?
I think so.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna.
Oh wait, does everybody ship Chris Pratt and that one Velociraptor?
What, Blue?
Yeah.
Isn't he kind of like
that's like shipping him with his daughter, though.
Yeah.
He raised her.
No, it's not. They're not.
Yeah, it
the
is.
same species. She's not his daughter.
What? What do you mean she's not his daughter?
He raised her as like a little tiny Velociraptor.
They age at different rates. She reaches maturity at like 3.
I ship Chris Pratt with the T-Rex.
There you go.
Oh, the T-Rex is a lot older then.
But that's like Darwin and
No,
together because
Is Salem your son?
Yeah, Salem is my son.
Has anyone seen my son?
Oh. I shipped Chris Pratt with that dinosaur that started licking his face, because that was pretty hot. Yeah. Sarah, do you ship Chris Pratt with the blue dinosaur Velociraptor?
Not really. I mean, they've got a friendship.
No.
They're cool with each
they
other.
have more chemistry than Chris Pratt
Charlie,
and
the name
Claire
in
characters.
English-speaking countries, usually a nickname for Charles.
Shut up, Echo! Stop.
Echo! That's the name of it! Sarah changed the name of Alexa.
Yeah, he was sticking around with Alexa earlier, so I changed her name.
Oh, Echo's one of the names of the raptors in the first Jurassic World.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's Echo, Charlie, Delta, and Blue.
How appropriate. Yeah, I thought of a song, and I had Alexa at the time play the song, and then Sarah was trying to shut it down, so she was like, Alexa, stop, to which I went, Alexa, continue. And Alexa listens to me.
Like, he even, told her to turn it up, and she did.
Yeah, so then she went, Alexa, and I went, turn it up! And Alexa actually cranked up the volume. It was magical.
And then he told her to repeat it for 10 hours. No.
Are you gonna do that with our children? When they listen to me, you're just gonna change their name?
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, what? You go? That's not fair.
Yeah.
Damn it. Cool. Do you have any other topics down there, Sarah?
Let me see what I wrote down. Let's see. Let's see.
'Cause we
I've got.
We could do another. We can do another raffle right now.
We could. I have written down Jeffrey napping at work.
Oh, I got a story. I'll tell that story after.
Yeah, let's do
after.
another raffle. All right, raffle number 2. I did so much pre-production on this shit, and then it falls apart. I'm just laughing.
Is it falling apart right now?
No, it's fine. It's just I realized that the screen was it wasn't centered before, and it was over on the left side. But oh well. I'm still learning, and I only have one screen, so.
All right. All right. We're doing spin number 2 here, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 2.
Who's gonna be the winner? It's a good day to be a Mike.
Mikey 2556. You are the second.
Well, it's a different Michael.
Dang, man. Jeez.
It's the day of Mike.
So congratulations, Mikey 2556.
Is Mikey in the chat?
This is
Mikey
big.
2556
Mikey,
in the
where
chat.
you at? Oh, there
Mikey says yo.
you
Mikey has a crown, a Twitch Prime account.
Ooh,
Whoa, look at
fancy.
this guy.
Island.
Nice. Well, congratulations, Mikey, on your badge. So Michael and Mikey.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. Okay, so I had a very awkward moment happen at work this week that I had to share. So the way that our building is constructed is, we have two floors, and then we are connected to our shop because we're an engineering and build it type of company. So I work on the engineering level, which is on the second floor, and then it's connected to the shop, but then there's the downstairs area where that's our reception area, wherever we have meetings. And then there's a couple of office rooms down there where some of the people work, mostly the people that work with sales and stuff. Now, down there's also an office, there's a couple rooms that just haven't been used for years. And so they just kind of sit there vacant. In California, it has been really smoking hot the last couple of weeks. And I think it was Friday, it was 115, 120 degrees.
Goodness.
And usually I spend my break outside. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I am not going outside for this break. What I also do typically during my breaks is take a nap, or I more so talk to Saber. But then there's certain days where I'm like, I am wiped out. I am just going to sleep for 15 minutes. And the receptionist, her name's Jill. She's like, well, why don't you just chill out in that room? Nobody's used it. No one's using it. It's just sitting there, and it's fully air conditioned, and it's dark and nice, and it's kind of away from everything else. I'm like, you know what? Good point. I'm gonna take my break in there. So I do. And I kind of kick back, and I just left the light off because I'm like, well, what's the point? It's nice, cool in here. Kind of shut my eyes. And about 5 minutes into this really nice, relaxing moment, I start hearing people talking outside the door. And the door opens, and in walks the 2 owners of the company. And they see me just kicking back, sleeping here. And one of them goes, "You napping?" To which I'm like, "Yeah." Oh. Okay. And they came in just to see what chair was in there. I don't know why. They were just curious about seeing something.
Taking
that was in my room.
inventory on chairs.
Yeah.
They heard there was
of
some
all
bum
time.
sleeping in there.
Of all times, they do this, and I'm literally sitting in the dark. It's super what's he doing? He's just in the dark. And anyways, I figure he connected the dots of okay. But yeah, he's like, you napping? Yeah. And so he leaves. And then about 3 minutes later, he comes back in and he goes, no, seriously, what's going on here? You're just sleeping? I'm like, yeah, I'm on break. And he's like, oh, afternoon break. Okay. And then he left.
Yeah.
And it came to my attention that he literally thought for a few moments that he just walked in on me sleeping on the job, like thinking I was getting away with it, and then like I just was totally like, yeah, I'm sleeping on the job. Why you asking? And then yeah, like I was just like, wow. This turned into like a super awkward moment because the one time, like we decide when we take our afternoon breaks, and the one time I decided to take my break, that's when the owners of the company decide to walk in the room that I've never sat in before, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I was half expecting to like find out like, yeah, you're in trouble because you've been sleeping on the job or something, but luckily I didn't leave. Because I'm pretty sure if I had left the room, they would have just assumed like, wow, we just found ACRacebest sleeping the whole time.
That's what they call you at work, right?
Yeah. That's my name. That's my on all the little business cards. ACRacebest. By the way, I want to welcome in Black Griffin.
Hey.
Hi guys. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi everyone. Hi you.
Are you home?
Nope, I'm in South Dakota.
Oh, weren't you in like Hawaii or something like a minute ago?
I was in Hawaii last week.
How was that?
It was cool. It was beautiful.
Ooh.
Very beautiful.
Harassing turtles.
Bridget was also in Hawaii
yeah,
recently.
Jesus?
No, Bridget, a friend of mine. Were you on a Lockheed Martin submarine?
No, but I have a feeling that she was there for the same reason I was.
Probably.
Rim pack?
I'm not sure if that's what it's called. I just knew she was in Hawaii because she kept sending our group chat pictures.
Yeah, so all of the Navy is doing this massive, like, basically weapons training and personnel get-together special thing in Hawaii right now called Rim Pack. So, yeah, if it's a submarine, she's likely there for that reason.
Small world.
Totes my goats. Yeah, so, yeah, Pearl Harbor.
Yep, same place.
Yep. It was pretty cool.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
welcome in.
Thank you. I just finished a recording session, and I was like, so here I am.
That sounds so beautiful.
Yeah. So we've kind of just been going over some stories and whatnot, talking a little bit Jurassic World, talking about other stuff.
Okay, I have input on Jurassic World.
Okay, I'm gonna put the spoiler screen back up.
No, I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay.
I won't say. I'm just gonna say that I saw it. 3 miles from where it was filmed.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Yeah, it was filmed.
You
in
went
Oahu.
to the Isla de Muerta?
Yes, Isla de Muerta. That's from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm so glad that you actually know that that's where that was from.
I've been to the Isla de Muerta. I've seen the treasure myself. It's something you should know.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Saber's tending to his scared pup.
Yes.
Oh, Lammy.
Little lamb.
Mary had a little lamb, and it was delicious.
With some sauce on the side. So what did you have to say about Jurassic World then?
It was exactly what I went into, what I expected to see. Look, dinosaurs. Look, dinosaurs eating people. Look, explosions with dinosaurs in the foreground. Look, a room with tanks of toxic gas for no reason. Oh no! I hope I don't puncture my toxic gas tank in my house. Because, you know, I need that hydrogen cyanide.
For real.
Anyway, I'm not going to give any more spoilers than that. But there was one twist that I'm not going to say what it was that surprised me that I thought was cool. But pretty much the rest of it was, what I expected. And I wasn't, like, disappointed because I went to see... I mean, it wasn't iconic. It was just kind of some of the same old stuff. You know what I mean? But it's hard when you make that many movies based on something to be original.
Yes.
So yeah, pretty much same old
I'm
stuff.
excited for the next one.
Tell
Yeah,
that to
exactly.
Land Before Time.
Exactly. Chris Pratt's like, that's a little foot.
I'm thinking of that stupid picture that Saber shared last night. It was the Land Before Time. Another thing, Gabe, that we've been doing is we've been giving out some
tickets to BronyCon.
Yeah.
I saw it on Twitter. I follow you guys.
Yeah,
Did you enter
we've
to
announced
win?
2 winners so far and 2 more to go.
I did. I entered 10 times. And if I win, I'm gonna put the tickets on my wall.
That's good. Are you excited for BronyCon?
I'm so excited. I can't really think about it much now because of all the other stuff in the way. You know how that is when you have like, it's like a wall that I can't see over. And but as soon as I get over that wall, I'm ready to illegally go to BronyCon.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
It'd be great.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go to BronyCon, folks.
Bring your kids.
Bring your children. They will be. They'll enjoy it.
So, semi-perfect podcast. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Gabe, happy that you could join us, though.
I'm happy too.
And we're gonna have fun in a couple weeks.
We are gonna have fun, and I finally learned how to get away from my commitments.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hang out.
By the way, for anyone that isn't completely clear on it, because I've seen a couple people comment about it, Sarah is going to BronyCon this year.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
And we will have a podcast panel, by the way, guys. We're gonna have a podcast panel going.
This is podcasting. That's what it should have been called.
Oh my god.
We always have podcast panels like during another panel that everyone and their grandma wants to go to.
Well, maybe they shouldn't be bringing their grandmas to BronyCon then.
Yeah, what the hell?
Seriously.
No, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Always is. Always a good time. Lots of food.
It's always a good time.
What did you think of Viva's I don't know actually if you've even seen it yet.
Loved it. I haven't had a chance to comment yet, but oh my gosh, that was so... I like when he was like, "So again." What was the part that he did? Oh my gosh. I really loved it. But I gotta say that was exactly what I expected. Like, I didn't remember saying much, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's because Claire and Michelle are just so desperate for attention that I, who is also desperate for attention, can't get a word in edgewise. It's like being starved of a life.
Also, you eat really slowly. They finished eating like hella before you did.
That's because they kept messing with me. Jeff can attest to it.
I can attest to
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah. So Claire, first of all, is like.
Oh, I was like, who's Jeff? Is that like one of their parents or something?
No.
Right.
She's
Oh my
very.
god, I had that same thing when Paleo was visiting. We went to a friend of mine's parents' lake house for like a 4th of July party, and people kept calling him Josh, and I was like, who the hell is Josh? I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So there was an interesting thing with your guys' footage. It didn't make it in here. I don't know if there's like a blooper anywhere where it might show up. But were you guys like, so what was the whole breakfast thing that was happening throughout that? Because if you notice in the React, all of a sudden you guys show up, like all of a sudden there's food on your guys'
breakfast.
lap.
Yeah, I remember. I was like, what? I forgot about that, but I remember now. So, okay, the Bronies React, no offense, was a last-minute thing. We were actually... So, I got flown up to Vancouver to shoot the Getting Stronger music video with Michelle. And while I was up there, then Claire found out about it, and she's like, "You're coming up here and you didn't tell me, you coward." She called me a coward. I was like, "Yes, I am afraid of you."
Coward.
And so then she ended up kind of gently inviting herself over, and yeah, we shot a video for her channel, and then we shot Brony's. Actually, no, Brony's React was not the final priority. Her video was. We did Brony's React first.
Nice,
and
good.
then we did the video for her channel. Yeah, exactly, as it should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yes, that and it was early in the morning, and we had, you know, and so Monique, who is such a mother, made breakfast for all of us.
That's very nice.
Yes, it was very nice of her.
Cool.
It was delicious, and I only think it was a little poisoned.
I think it came out well though, as far as the footage.
Oh, it did.
and
The eggs were delicious, and there was
Yeah.
Oh, you meant the video, yeah.
No, I just meant the eggs.
The breakfast came out. Yeah, I agree. The eggs did come out well.
Eggs.
I'll have to ask the chickens how they actually came out, but
That's not polite to ask.
right. How did that come out? I mean, never mind. G, rated G.
But yeah, no, it
Yeah, I loved it.
It was a
was
fun one to put together. I
good at
had
it.
fun with this one. We had a couple groups. Saber and Paleo filming theirs together for the first time.
That was neat to see. I was like, I didn't think these people could exist in the same place. I was about to start a conspiracy theory about that they were the same person.
Oh, but we've been in like multiple conventions together.
Yes,
you just
yes,
let him
but that
have
doesn't
this?
count. Conventions aren't real.
Exactly.
It's all animated, like the round Earth.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Space.
But we live on a giant ice ball, and the Earth is flat.
That Elon Musk.
That
What is he
Elon stink.
I love that one picture where it's like saying bye to a flat earther. It's like, see you around. See you. Oh, what?
I enjoy the.
Have you seen that one picture of the flat earthers like meetup thing, and one of them looks like an alien?
Oh, that's the best. I thought you were gonna
it's
say
like what the hell? You're like a code head.
I thought you were gonna say the flat earther who said, "We have members around the globe."
Yep.
I was like,
what the globe?
Exactly.
There's
Across
a
the
graph
planet.
I saw posted where it was apparently what like flat earthers think, and it shows like all the planets in their order, and then Earth just like as a flat
this
like
is
piece
flat,
of pie.
I know.
No.
But they don't think that the planets are real. Dude, I studied this because I was like, is this a thing or is it just an amazing trolling effort? But no, I came across this video by a guy named Eric Dubai called 200 Proofs That Earth is Not a Spinning Ball. And he talks like this the whole video. And every single proof, quote unquote, is easily debunked with a basic understanding of physics, which they don't have. So they're literally a group of Dunning-Krugerites. I mean, that's just
Our
kinda how it is.
physicist
Here's
is
the
hurting.
picture I was talking about.
Let me see.
I'm clicking on
Whoa.
We're on
Oh my
to
god.
Is I can't tell if that's photoshopped or not.
Like, what?
Whoa! Oh, is that a panorama? Is that a
It's
woman?
not a real person.
Who
That
is
can't be a
that?
real person.
Great discussion.
I really.
See that? No, it's like the Russians hacking into Facebook to disrupt the elections. The aliens are hacking into Earth to try and make everyone
my
think they don't exist.
my gosh. I
Right?
knew it.
I did too.
I knew that I did not know, therefore I wasn't.
Yeah. You're not the first person to make that joke to me. So you lose.
Sorry.
It was good though.
I tried.
It
Second
was
place
good.
ain't bad.
I said I don't think, and my friend said therefore you aren't.
They're
Daddy.
a fucking Red Robin.
I went to Red Robin once. I got 2 milkshakes.
You didn't get a robin?
No.
I heard someone's phone go.
Yeah, that was mine. Sorry.
It was
Also, I
beautiful.
looked at the Facebook page. Like that photo is actually there. So now I'm wondering, like, what the hell?
Is it like, was she sitting down as the picture was taken and the refresh rate was too slow to capture her movement?
No.
I want to make a joke, but I feel like it's mean.
No,
Do it.
because the wall behind her isn't bent. That is actually
Right.
the shape of its head.
The head.
Her's head.
The-
The head.
the-
The head.
The alien.
Sarah, what's the joke?
But it's kind of mean.
Oh.
Maybe she's so dedicated to flat Earth that she wants to make her head less round.
Maybe it is that, but it's the opposite reason. She was born with the flat head, and to make herself feel better, she's like, well, it's flat like the Earth.
I've never seen a more defined. I feel bad because I'm gonna find out that like this person's like was born like this. More like.
I know,
yeah.
but it won't, like, I definitely, and I don't mean to insult any flat earthers in the audience, but I don't think the majority of them, are all there, based on what I've seen.
I think they just wanted an excuse to go to Red Robin, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, now I know that Red
Okay.
Robin serves flat earthers, so I'm boycotting it.
Wow.
Sarah,
Hmm.
do you think now's a good time to figure out who wins the third of 4?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna come over to you.
I want to win the 5th of 4.
Hello.
All right.
Oh my god, he
Hi.
teleported.
I did.
Yeah.
Did it sound like surround sound? Good.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's see who the third winner is. Spin to
All right,
win.
it's spinning. It's flippity flopping. And
Pixie.
Pixie.
PXY.
Is that the right way to say that name?
Yes, I do actually know that for a fact.
Oh, right.
PXY. Pixie.
You did it.
Good job, Pixie!
Congratulations.
Congratulations! You're the
Is
winner of a one-of-a-kind... Well, no, it's not one of a kind.
Is Pixie in the chat?
I think so. I think they go by Lineart TV and the Twitch chat, but we'll just have to see. I think I saw them earlier, but yeah,
Oh,
there
there
they
it
are.
is. Woo! You have done it.
You have won
Assuming
the
you are
third
actually
ticket.
Yeah, it's yeah.
No one has won but you and the other 2 people.
That's true. Nice. Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Sarah, were there any other topics that we had down to discuss before we do
did
the
have
ticket?
one that you specifically told me that could be interesting. So I guess
Mucus.
some of y'all yesterday were in the Discord chat and y'all were rating your from your favorite to least favorite Student 6 characters from the latest season of My Little Pony.
I don't
Yeah.
like Gallus.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Wow.
he's a
That's
jerk.
funny. So would you say
Yeah.
he's your least favorite of the main six? Of the 6?
The secondary 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, the secondary 6.
Would he be number 6 for you?
Oh, probably not. I like him okay. I'm just peeved I didn't get an audition.
He's my number 6.
Oh.
Like, come on, guys.
Be happy you didn't get that one.
Yeah, that's probably true. Thought you'd be cooler. I mean, it's just a dude who talks like this. I actually really like Sea Turtle Butt.
Yes. Yes.
But I
think
may
the
be
character's
biased.
name is Vincent Tong.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I liked Vincent Tong. He's actually, that's the recording session I just got done. Me and Vincent just did something, but it's not. No one's gonna hear it, so oh well.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Good thing you
It's a demo.
recorded it.
it's a demo. So, do you know what a demo? I'll tell you something for those who don't know. A demo.
learn.
So, say there's something like a song that a studio wants to produce. Oftentimes, the composer, Daniel Ingram, will create a demo to give to the client to go, I like this, or I want you to change it. This is the direction I want to go. And they'll kind of send the demo back and forth until the client approves it. Then the demo will go into full production. And a lot of times, the demo singers will then be replaced by whatever actor is in whatever movie it is, or such and such, yada yada. So, demos are the majority of session work, or a lot of session work is just demos. So your recording doesn't actually end up in the final, but you still get paid for it, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
The more you know.
I want money.
Yeah, me too.
So quickly, dang, it is really interesting. Everyone's, what do they call them? The young six? Is that what people call them?
Sure. Yeah.
Everyone's young six list is completely different. Like everyone's, it's crazy. No one's like, hey, this is the best one. Like obviously.
You know what that reminds me of?
Huh?
That reminds me of the main six.
The main six, yeah.
Well, I have a thing for changelings. I think the changeling is Fluttershy, obviously.
She's
what kind of thing? What kind of thing do you have for them?
Not the kind of thing you're thinking of, probably.
Hard on. So I was thinking French, so what is the thing then?
Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you like changelings?
Yeah, more.
In a romantic sense.
They can change into anything.
Gigantic.
No, I just mean I think they're a really cool creature, and they're unique to My Little Ponies. Like they draw a lot from mythology, but I like the idea of a changeling. It's neat, and I really like Thorax. I think he's a good father, even though I don't think he's her father. But
yeah, I think she's his niece.
I don't know. I have this as an older brother. When I see shy people, I want to protect them, and so I feel sorry for them, and that makes me like them. So I guess I don't know. That's why I like Fluttershy too.
You like people that you feel sorry for?
Yeah, unless they're pathetic, and then I just pity them.
Okay. Feel bad and pity. Okay.
So let's see here. So who would you say is your definite favorite, like, of the young six, Gabe?
See, that's kind of tough. I would probably have to go with Sandbar.
Okay.
I mean Turtlebutt.
So you and
Sandbar.
Sandbar's
greatest.
Yeah, I like
Paleo and Jaxblade also said Sandbar.
And Laura as well.
Oh, Laura did too.
There you go.
Sarah, who's your favorite?
Smolder.
Yeah.
Smolder.
It seems like in our chat, it's like the Smolder versus Sandbar.
Smolder's pretty cool.
Excuse me. I said Yona.
You said Yona. Yona's my number 2 though, so Yona's cool.
Yeah.
Yona's my number 1.
Yona's from Star Wars.
Wow.
She talks like she's from Star Wars.
Meese.
And then most people have put Gallus as their least favorite.
Ha 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 ha. Gallus sucks. And
I see Laura did that as well. For me, it was hard to play 2nd through 5th. Like, I knew who my favorite was. I knew who my least favorite was. But then, like, I was like, oh, man. It felt like a tie for 2nd. I was like,
see, I don't like Yona either. I'm sorry.
Aww.
She's annoying.
She's so cute, though.
No, they're trying too hard.
Oh, she's like a puppy
and
girl.
Unconvincing. Okay, I guess so. Well, I've only seen the first episode. So
she even like did a barrel roll and came out of it like panting like a puppy. She literally
did frickin' Angel tell her to do the barrel roll?
No.
Let it process.
I got it.
I was thinking so fast, like literally my mind was like, what is he talking about? Is it Ross? I don't know. What is he referencing?
I thought Hero hurt himself for a second. I was like, whoa.
He was thinking so hard that it hurt him.
It was. You know, like when somebody says something and you know it's something you should get, and you just think like I don't know, miles an hour.
Right.
Honestly,
it was a long shot. I'm surprised you guys got it. It was just a jump.
That happens with me with like Zootopia sometimes, where someone will say something, I'm like, oh god, right. Like that's
I'm
from
glad
Zootopia,
you told me.
I know it. Yeah, and then.
Hey, we're talking about things that you should know, and then when people like assume you know them and they say something to you and you don't get it, you feel bad. That happens sometimes with the Lion King. Someone make like a Lion King reference, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
And people get upset. They're like, you didn't get it? I'm like, I did get it, yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember that one line
That's when you
from
have to
34 minutes in.
Where you like, oh, yeah, that.
I like how Jackson in the chat is looking at the other lists and says, "Yeah, fuck that Griffin bitch."
Hey, Jax really doesn't like Gallus like at all.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable.
Yeah, see, that's cool. I'm glad that I'm not everyone's least favorite.
When Jax doesn't
Griffin
like
anymore.
something,
He hates
really
it.
doesn't like something.
Yeah.
Did he? Yeah, he did. I'm looking at his. Yeah, he put Ocellus as second. A couple people put Ocellus as second.
Yeah.
Who's
Laura
Ocellus?
and
The
that is
changeling?
Changeling.
Oh, okay, yeah, she'd be second for me too then.
Yeah. She's cute.
Wow. And in fact, and then Laura and Sarah both put Yona as third.
Yeah.
No, I can't. No, that's where I disagree.
Well, you could be wrong.
It seems like everyone likes Yona except you, actually.
Jax also put Yona as 3. Hero put Yona as 2. Nice.
There you go. Okay, I can get behind that.
What?
If there was a lower number I could possibly give Yona, I would probably put her at 4th, but I don't very much like Sandbar, Silverstream, or Gallus, so they're like my lower.
What's wrong with you?
You don't like Sandbar?
Not really.
He's super chill. All right, that's
I
fine.
like he's chill, but he's also acting as like that sort of like, oh, I'm the pony of the group. I'm the one that knows better about like friendship.
Oh, I think that you're just profiling. He's a stoner. He doesn't think he knows anything. He's right.
He was a little too much of a parent for me. Like
he's the mom
we
friend or
should-
something.
Yeah.
Getting them snacks.
And doobies.
He would get. Wait, did he get them snacks? He might have actually.
Yeah, he got them cupcakes.
Right, the cupcakes. Yeah, the cupcakes. That there's no way that when you close that lid, they wouldn't get smushed.
Yeah, exactly. Hungry?
Yeah, guys, I got some cupcakes.
So, a reminder for our viewers here: if you'd like to submit a question on Twitter, #SPP questions. That's where we'll be looking for the questions tonight. As
It
we
stands
do
for
every night.
Sandy PP.
You know,
Sandy PP.
it does.
That
Yeah.
sounds super pink.
Yeah.
So,
In
should we
Hawaii,
jump into
I got
the
a sense of
Q&A?
that.
Before we do that, should we do our 4th?
No, we'll save it.
Save it for the last thing?
Yes.
Okay.
At the end.
Yes.
Okay.
I like to build suspense.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go to the...
There's somebody like waiting to purchase a flight right now, and they're like, "If I win, if I win," and they're gonna find out that they won, and the flight's gonna go away. And they're gonna be like,
Oh,
So they'll have
where's
to drive.
Where's Panama Matt then? He's just
Um,
really busy.
no.
Yeah, I texted him earlier today, and I gave him the notification that it was happening, but I don't know what he's doing. He's been really busy these past like couple of weeks.
He's dead.
Yeah, I was just looking at the banner, the SPP like picture that you have, and
Yeah.
it's this little giraffe man. I was like, oh, where'd Giraffe Man go?
We're working on erasing him.
Oh.
He's just been busy these past few weeks, it seems.
Jax is like, he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright,
So
first-
I'm gonna. What?
I've got the questions. Are you
You
ready?
want to read?
Yeah. Railroad Brony asks, given the choice, would you A, knock on the wood forever, eat
Knock on wood forever.
eat cheese
Eat
forever,
cheese
or
forever.
eat green eggs and ham forever? I don't
Wait,
know why
eat
there's
what
two
forever?
options grouped into the first option.
There's 3 options.
Oh, okay. Knock
This,
on wood
this, or
forever,
this.
eat cheese forever, or eat green eggs and ham
I'd
forever.
eat cheese forever, and
Oh,
everyone in this podcast will agree.
I would
Especially
eat
Laura.
cheese.
Oh yeah,
Someone.
cheese, yeah.
Girl, you know it.
I can't eat
Dude,
cheese.
I love cheese. I
I
love
can't
cheese,
eat
but
eggs.
I'm
Say,
worried.
Sarah can't.
Sarah can't eat cheese or eggs.
So I'm gonna knock on wood forever, I guess.
Wood, yeah.
But that would hurt your
Knuckles.
knuckles after like
I know.
2 hours.
A minute.
No, it's gonna
But
build
are
up
they-
strength, and I'll
is
have the
that question
strongest
from last-
knuckles ever.
Or
Are there questions
tigress.
from last week or?
It's a similar question to last week. It seems to be a running
Oh, okay,
gag at
yeah.
this point.
Oh yeah, I scrolled down and it was the same one. Okay,
Oh.
I see.
But knocking on wood, like you'd have to do it forever. That means like even when you're trying to sleep, you just got to be knocking.
Well, I guess I would need to figure out what the ramifications are. Like if I have to do it before, like I do something, or if it's
the same
endless.
forever, you'd be knocking on wood as frequently as you'd be eating cheese.
I was gonna say, the question is, do we have infinite capacity to consume?
Yeah.
I hope. I wish.
Because if we don't, we're gonna die.
Yeah.
And what does forever mean? Does that mean you constantly eat?
Like, is that
I don't think it's
perpetually
constant.
swallowing cheese?
Forever technically means that I could knock right now, and then at the end of time do another knock, and I've technically been knocking on wood forever. I just did it twice throughout my life, but I did it at the beginning and at the end, which means I've filled the duration of time.
I think that's cheating a little bit.
Oh, I would like to eat cheese more often than twice in my life anyway, so I'm okay with that.
Eating cheese only 2 more times in my life would be really depressing, because I love cheese.
As we say that to like, Sarah's just like,
whatever, I don't care.
There's been so many times where I've been like, oh, Sarah, this stuff's so good. Oh, good.
It's kind of like my equivalent to like the Starlight Glimmer. No offense. I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Whatever.
It's more annoying when you say.
She is a champ though. I'll give her that.
Aw, thanks.
Anime guy 01 is asking,
The
what
first
is one
anime guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first anime I ever.
What is one thing that you stole as a child that you still have today?
Nothing.
Technically my stuffed toy that I've had for like 25 years.
Lammy?
I technically stole him because I didn't want to let him go because I met Lammy at a daycare and I loved the toy so much that I would literally like not want to leave without him, and so they gave him to me, but I think that counts as stealing, like to be like, no, I'm keeping this or I'm gonna cry. But yeah.
I was a very guilty child in the sense that like if I did something bad I usually end up fessing up about it. And there was I stole toy cars. Actually, maybe I got
Grand
caught.
Theft Auto.
No, I took some stuff and I think I just like totally unapologetically was playing with it, and my mom's like, "Where'd that stuff come from?" I was like, a place. So then I brought them back, but my mom made me like tell them that I took it. I'm like, why can't I just kind of secretly put it back and no one will notice? No.
Suspect is carrying a red Hot Wheels.
I did steal a car from someone once, a real car.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Yeah.
But you weren't a kid, so that was okay.
It was yesterday.
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's not the question.
Speaking of, I can't find my car. Anyway, well, I stole. I've only stolen one thing, and I didn't tell anybody, and I put it back the next time we went back to the store. And then, like, way later, I told someone because I just felt terrible about it. And I remember thinking when I had it, I was like, is this guilt? How can I get rid of it? Maybe if I bury it, the guilt will be buried too. And I tried it. It didn't work, so I dug it up. And it was it's really random. You know the drain plugs in some sinks when you pull on them, the drain closes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was a really pretty brass one. And at the store at the Home Depot, and I unscrewed it from the model, and I took it and I kept it. Yeah, and then I took it back, and sure enough, it was still missing.
As a kid, I thought that all the screws, bolts, and nuts that landed on the ground at Home Depots, I'm like, these are free. And I used to put them all in my pocket. Like if they were on the ground, I'd put them in my pocket. Because I was someday gonna build myself a go-kart.
Mm-hmm.
I never got very far on that project.
Yeah.
But I did have a bolt and a nut.
Well, you're like halfway there.
I know. I just needed a little more effort.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else, Thievius?
I stole Star Wars cards because Pokemon cards were hot at the time, and they had a Lost and Found, and I was like, oh, I like cards. I have no idea what those cards are, and I actually hate card games. So I have no idea why I took them.
Cause you could.
Who else is a thief?
Paleo.
Oh,
Laura.
I tried stealing like Microsoft points for like Xbox Live, but the thing is they have to be activated at the register, so technically I didn't steal them.
Oh, that's funny. That's clever.
No one said music.
Oh, that doesn't count. Movies, music.
Says the musician.
It doesn't. I don't care. You can steal my music. If they're willing to put in the effort, go ahead.
Laura, what did you steal?
I was gonna say that like I probably like borrowed a video game or a DVD or VHS from someone as a kid and like never gave it back.
Yeah.
But like I can't remember anything specific.
Oh, I have 2 copies of Harry Potter 4. I have no idea where that second one came
Wow.
from.
Why would you have 2 copies of one movie?
The book.
Wow.
The book.
Why would you have 2 copies of a movie though? If
It'd
you
be
think
dumb.
it'd be dumb. So, that reminds me. I had a friend of mine gave me these Sega Genesis games, and I was like, sweet. And I was like, oh my god, these are so much fun. And then like a year later, he's like, hey, do you still have those games? Because I want them back.
Wow.
And I was like, no. I don't have them anymore.
Yeah.
I got rid of them. I was like, that's weird. Because, like, the game, it's not like he said, like, here, you can borrow these. Like, he said, these are yours. I'm like,
It is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really stealing. That's protecting
true.
your property.
that's true. Yeah. I was just being protective.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I stole Pokemon cards.
You did?
Ooh.
I stole a lot.
Wow.
So Ace doesn't quite answer the question because you don't still have it, but you did steal that Barbie Jeep that one time. It's close to Grand Theft Autos we're getting.
Yeah, I stole a lot. I remember I stole Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'll do a quick 3-round stories. I'll make it fast. I stole Yu-Gi-Oh cards from. I remember I was at the card store, and there's this pompous little asshole kid who's like, "Yes, I've got Jinzo, the fanciest Yu-Gi-Oh card ever," and I'm like, "Yes, so you do," and he went next door to get a soda, and I swiped it from his little notebook, and I ran
Oh my
home.
god.
Oh no.
That was. Now, here's the good news: is that I'm pretty sure his dad was a Nazi, but no.
Oh, well, it's good that you fought the good fight and stole Yu-Gi-Oh cards from the Nazi children.
Yeah, the more stories you tell of your childhood, Saber, the more I'm sure we wouldn't be friends.
I had a character arc. There was also Pokemon cards. It started off because like it's my mother's fault. She wouldn't buy me stuff, so I had to resort to stealing. So,
Damn mother.
Yeah, mom should be thrown in jail. So I even like dragged my older sister into it. There's just one time we went to Toys R Us, rest in peace, and we walked in there because more often than not the Pokemon cards are like locked behind glass cases, like if they're guns or something. And Sarah and I walked in there, and we just saw all these Pokemon card booster packs sitting in a giant bin, and we're like, scoff, the fools. Basically asking for it. We started to formulate a plan, and I'm like, okay, here's the plan. All right, we're gonna grab some. And I'm 99% sure we probably got caught on camera. He just didn't know. We grabbed the cards and we're gonna buy them. Went back to the by the way, cue like spies music, dun 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 dun. We went back to the bicycle section because I'm like, Sarah, listen, we need shelves that are big enough for me to fit under. So imagine like 9-year-old me shimmying behind boxes of bicycles under the shelves, and I'm opening the cards, and I leave the packs there. I put the cards in my underpants, and I'm waddling out of the store. And I get in the car, and we're driving home in the back seat. I'm like, here's your cut of the loot. And then the worst part of all is the time I stole a Barbie Jeep.
Oh yeah, you told me this one.
This is not an exaggeration. All these stories are for real. I was an asshole child. Like not in the way where I'd pick on, like, beat people up or like scream, but I was like more nefarious and quiet, like with my bullshittery. And I remember, like, there was a little miniature cul-de-sac from like the bigger cul-de-sac, and it was one. The thing is, as a kid, the neighborhood's huge. When in reality, it's not huge at all. It's like 3 different streets. And I remember on the miniature cul-de-sac, there was this one family. And I like, because my friend Charlie, he wasn't home that day, so I went walking around the neighborhood. I saw the kid, like this little girl was like 3 with her mother in a little pink Barbie Jeep that's a little automated, little you can drive around. Well, obviously I wanted it, so I waited until they went inside for whatever reason. I ran over there and I grabbed it and I drove it around the neighborhood. It ran out of battery. It ran out of battery. I'm like, well, that's that. I just left the middle of the road, and I got home, and like 5 minutes later, my mom walked up to me and she's like, Steven, Miss Stovall called. She said she saw you steal a car. And I'm like, no. And mom's like, Steven! And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
So, if only she had got you a car.
Oh, one last time.
You guys so many track of them all.
I stole money from a Buddha temple one time.
Oh my god.
Oh, you were first.
No, to be fair, I was only 17. No.
So like, it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's the tender age of 31. No, so I
29.
So I remember I was like 8 years old, 9 years old. My neighbors across the street were from, I think, Thailand or something like that. And they're the super friendly people. They're the Kompons. And I remember going into their house, just hanging out with their son, Troy, who's a few years younger than I was. Well, I guess, I don't know if it's my ADD or what, but I was like very much so a kid who liked to explore. And I went into this one room where the grandfather slept, but he was like in like, not a coma, but like he was basically knocked out most of the time. And in his room was a little temple shrine to Buddha, and there's like $5 on the little plates, you know? And I'm like, well, free money.
You stole from a sick old man's religion.
But it was free. But it was free money.
Don't try and justify it. No, wait though. Let me.
Man, that's the point.
That actually made me think of another story, but I won't mention it.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Basically,
How are you not in
to
prison?
summarize this point, I got caught. My mom's like, take the money back, you know, dang it. And I confessed to my sins. Mr. Kompon, being the sweet doctor, you know, Buddhist guy that he is, he gave me a 20.
No.
For telling the truth.
You didn't deserve it.
And then my mom's like, no, you're not. And I had to give the money back. But one last mini story. I remember one time I wanted to get Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So I went across the street to Mr. Kompon. I said, hey, I can pull weeds in your yard if you give me some money. I pulled like 3 weeds and I gave up. I went back to my house with the money. So, yeah, I was kind of an asshole kid.
Oh my god. So, does everyone else feel better about themselves now?
Oh my gosh, I'm a saint, dude.
You
should be in prison.
I stole Pokemon cards, and it was a plastic container, and it was in a Sears. And I tried flushing it down the toilet in the bathroom, but it wouldn't flush. So I just opened up the back of the toilet. I just shoved the plastic in there, and then I left.
God.
I was the kind of person who, like, if I remember I had to do like dog sitting once for someone that said, you know, I just had to go over, put the dog food in. But it was our next door neighbors, but they had a jar that had some pennies. And every now and then I'd be like, you know, there's no cameras. So I grabbed like 4 pennies. And I was like,
wow, that's a lot further
4
than
pennies. It's like
Yeah.
$4.
Yeah. Oh, wow, Saber.
Adjusted for inflation.
That's great. Fantastic. Sarah.
Yeah,
you
we've
see
got
this batch. Which of these batch?
let's see.
There's like a 5 batch here. Which one do you think we should hit up?
I had a moment today where I had a flashback to my childhood, kind of reminding me how stupid I was again. Not in the sense of like stealing, but this time just how like logically I was an idiot. Because I was taking piano lessons, and I was telling my musician teacher, I'm like, no, 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 no. I want you to play the Halo theme on the piano. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it goes, oh. She's like, I can't play that on the piano. I was like, play the Starship Troopers theme.
All right, Aziel asks, thoughts on Disney Toon Studios shutting down? If you don't know what Disney Toon Studios, that's like the studio that made Planes and the Tinkerbell movies.
Classic.
A lot of the like direct-to-TV.
I probably won't notice.
Yeah, I guess they've just kind of been declining for a while now, so they're just like, oh, let's just go ahead and shut our doors. So, but yeah, I mean, it happens.
It'll be a sad day when Disney shuts down. Just kidding, that won't happen.
Yeah. Let's see, next question. It's from Saberspark. He says, since Brownies React made a cameo in the recent Brownies React, when will Baloney's React make a small cameo? Smiley face. When did Brownies React to make a cameo?
Paleo.
I ate a cosmic brownie.
Oh. Okay.
Cool.
Yep. Blank Check was in my people know who he is by Blank Check. We were in a bronies group in college together, and for our first meeting one year, he did a bit with like the cosmic brownies, and then with like brawny paper towels, and I don't even, there was like a third thing, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, puns.
Nice.
Someone else talk now.
Okay.
No, I like it. Osdale also was asking, by the way, what is your favorite ice cream favor?
Yes, your favorite ice cream favor.
When it appears in front of my face,
Yeah, that
I
one.
can eat it.
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Thank you. Yes, that is the correct answer. Everyone go home.
Wow, I'm so
As a
bored.
kid, I
don't wanna say it.
loved, and I still do, but like it was like my go-to was mint chocolate chip.
That one's good too, but I prefer the cookie dough.
That's good. But like nowadays, like just give me caramel with some ice cream on it. Or in it.
Vanilla.
Really?
Smells pretty good.
It tastes good.
Such an adult. There's this like flavor that Kroger makes, and it's like some wild berry lavender flavor, and it's pretty dope. That's probably my favorite one. Yeah, I like lavender a lot, so you know.
This is gonna sound dumb, but I didn't know you could eat lavender.
Yes, you can.
Now I know. Sarah smells like lavender.
Yeah.
Wow, the chat is invalidating my vanilla love. What the heck?
Let me make you some baked goods with no vanilla extract in it, and we'll talk, chat.
Yeah, vanilla is very important. It's valid.
So this kind of cracked me up in a way. Like it's bad, but it kind of goes to re-justify everything I said. And then we'll get back to it. But I guess like I guess while walking down Hollywood, George Lopez decided to pee on somebody's Hollywood star.
What?
Oh, nuh-uh.
Yeah. And
Why
I'm
would he
just
pee
like,
on Hillary Clinton's Hollywood star?
I don't know. I don't know why he would pee on Hillary Clinton's Hollywood star.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I don't know why, but I'm just like, it just goes to like support what I've been saying about how great Hollywood is.
Oh man, I really have to go. Where's the perfect toilet? Oh look, there's a human toilet star on the ground. Here I go.
Isn't that how George Lopez talks?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
Let's get my face.
Let's see here. Has anyone seen the newest Littlest Pet Shop?
No.
I haven't. It's interesting because I liked the last Littlest Pet Shop, the one that was airing during Ponies, but this new one looks. It's funny because I watched My Little Pony. It looks a little too like babyish. I don't know. Like it looks like it's for babies. But that
like G3.5.
Weird. You mean it doesn't look like it's for adults?
Yeah, but like at the same time, I love female voice actresses who have like a really raspy voice, like
Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley has a raspy voice. You're right. Yeah, and her name is escaping me. Bellwether and Mona Lisa. What's her name?
Smellweather.
What's her name? Shoot.
Sarah, what's her name?
Oh, wait, sorry, what?
Paleo.
Bellwether.
What's her name?
What's the name of the actress who's the voice
the
of
Mona
Huntress
Lisa
Wizard?
in
Jenny Slate.
Jenny Slate. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, I love raspy voices like that. And this turtle in the new Littlest Pet Shop has like a super raspy, adorable voice. I was like, if I'm gonna watch this show, it's gonna be 100%.
Like my raspy voice?
No, you're not a female.
I did it for her. I did it for her.
And now I'm doing it for me.
Nora has a question. Says, I have an interesting query. I have been spending a lot of time with my abuela, Spanish for grandma. So what I want to know, well, fine. So what I want to know from all of you is what is the most interesting story that happened with you and your grandmother or grandfather?
I have one.
Yes.
So my grandfather died in '98, so it's a long time ago now. And he died of lung cancer because he was like a chain smoker. But unlike his final words to me, he was like in his bed at my grandma and grandpa's house. He was in his bed with like he had a nurse there, and he like motioned me over. And he whispered in my ear, "I have to pee." so I told the nurse. That's the last thing he ever said to me.
Oh, that's nice.
It's so surreal. I remember. I don't really see my grandparents too often because my grandma died when I was young. On my dad's side, and then my granddad, I barely even saw him on my mom's side. But my grandmother on my mom's side, my nanny, went to Wales once, and she actually is from Swansea, Wales. She was born there, and that's where most of her family lives. And I got to meet my grandmother's sisters, so I guess my great grandmother. Wait, how's that work? Step grandma.
You're trying too hard.
Whatever. But I can do stuff. But I remember because my grandmother's sister, she raised a family because their parents died. Like it's weird because we don't really even know how they died. But my grandmother and her sisters and her brothers basically had to raise themselves on their own. And there was this big dinner, and I was eating all these sausages over there, and my grandmother slapped my wrist, and she's like, "You've had enough, Stephen." And then my grandmother's sister slapped my grandmother's wrist, and she's like, "He's a grown boy. You can have as much as he need." And I kind of walked over to my grandmother's sister, and I'm like, "Yeah, Nanny, I'm a grown boy. I can have as much as I need." And my grandmother gave me she shot daggers at me with her eyes, and is like, "You're fucking dead, kiddo." As soon as Ruth is away, I'm a dead man. So, yeah, I got my ear pulled on from my grandmother.
Wait,
She,
really?
and she yanked me to my mom, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm done for. I'm dead.
Wow.
I'm dead."
I remember, you talk about getting hit by a wall. I remember when I rolled my eyes at my grandmother, and I felt her flesh smack my face, and I was just like, I'd never been smacked in the face by my grandmother, and I was like, "Oh, I fucked up." This is kind of asshole kid story. For some reason, my Nani and Gramps, my dad's side grandparents, one day, or I think for about a week, I was staying with them, and they had like a big backyard, and they had like kind of a, what are those things called where like you have like, it's kind of like a circle, and it's got all these steps that go up to it, and like a little center stage.
Gazebo?
Yeah, something like that, but it was like, yeah, essentially it was a gazebo. And I guess I found like a hammer. And for some reason, I was like, you know what I should do? I should hammer the gazebo. And I was just smacking the gazebo with my hammer. Or with some hammer. I don't even know where the hell it came from. And I've never seen my Gramps move so fast. and lecture me. And I was like, oh no. I don't know why this
supposed to hammer gazebos.
Yeah, I learned that day, like, I shouldn't hit crap with a hammer.
So what was the question? It was like a funny memory with your grandparents?
I think interesting is the word that let me double check.
It's like, I don't know about y'all. My relationship with my grandparents, although good, it's more of like a you best respect your elders kind of thing. Like, I don't talk to them like in a haha, you're a kid or Gramps. Like, it's just like, hey, Grandpa, tell me about the 40s.
The war.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. All right, he's gonna watch some news. I'm gonna be on my computer. We'll have dinner together. We'll say our goodbyes. That's my relationship with my grandparents. I don't know.
Dude, I love my grandma. So I have one grandparent left. It's my mom's side grandmother. And
oh my gosh,
she,
same.
like, there came a point where, like, I don't know if it's just that I got old enough to start getting this treatment or what, but she went from being like, you know, super nice grandma to like always encouraging and this and that to like sass master. Like, she's like, nowadays when I walk in and I go, hi grandma, she goes, or like her first thing she says is, oh, I see you've been eating well. Like,
oh my god.
And then like she'll turn to Sarah and be like, so he's still tricking you, is he? Or something like that. And I'm like, grandma.
So she turned into one of Granny Smith's friends then.
Oh my god, but it's so funny because I'm like, oh, it's game on now, grandma. Like, bring it. I like it though, because like, you know,
you like the challenge.
I enjoy, and I mean, I laugh at myself enough already. You know, it's her poking fun, but I'm not the only one. Like, I have a cousin close to my age, and he gets it all the time too, where like she just walks up and starts patting our bellies and just like looking at us like, you know why.
Well, she's from the Great Depression. She probably ate a biscuit every month.
Oh good, he ate his biscuit.
Yes, Sarah.
Okay.
Yes, you can tell.
Yeah, so I had to ask Grace in the chat if I could tell the story. So, I mean, she's not my grandma yet, but I do have an interesting story with Jeffrey's grandma. And so it was, I think, a week or so after Jeffrey's grandpa passed away, and we went over to her house to help clean out the bedroom, and I was vacuuming, and she was there next to me, and she turns to me all of a sudden, and I turn off the vacuum because I'm like, oh, she's gonna say something to me, and she turns to me and she's like, so I hear from Jeffrey's mom that Jeffrey's having a hard time. And I'm like, yeah, he kind of is. And then she just, like, does this big shrug. Kind of like that meme, the guess I'll die guy. Like, the shrug that he does. That was, like, the exact shrug that she, like, made. She was just like,
yeah. My grandpa's death, like, kind of hit me out of nowhere. Because I was, like, thinking, like, my past grandparents that passed away, like, on my dad's side, it was one of those, like, it was a long time coming, and then when they did pass, there was kind of that, like, almost bit of relief for them, because you know that they were going through a hard time.
Yeah.
So I kind of figured I was gonna have the same reaction to when my grandfather passed away on my mom's side, and like one day it just, like, it nailed me. And yeah, I just love how my grandma's just like, eh.
What can you do?
There was I don't know. it's kind of interesting how like you got these. Sometimes we go through these major losses in life, but then there are folks who are like grandma here, just like, yeah, well, tell them to fucking man up or something, right?
Well, I won't go very long because this question's gone on. I don't really have a ton of like same as Hero. I don't have a lot of a super close relationship with my grandparents. Like I love them, but same as you, Jeff. The only one left is my mom's mom. But I do know two things that were interesting about my mom's parents. First of all, her dad was like Confederate, like literal hated Abraham Lincoln Confederate, still, all the way. And he used to do Civil War reenactments. And he would fight on the Confederate side. I always thought one day he's going to put an actual musket ball in that rifle, but he never did. But my great-grandma, my grandpa, who is now dead, my grandpa's mom is still alive. She's 103, but she can't speak anymore. Her brain won't let her. But she's so stubborn and strong-willed that she tries to, and she won't write anything down either. And so she just her language consists of mostly doobie doobie doos. So she'll walk up to you and point to you and go doo 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 doo.
I'm sorry, she was laughing, but that's kind of funny.
No, it is funny. And you're like, I don't know what. And then mom just pretends to understand her. Oh yeah, yep. And that satisfies her most of the time, unless she's trying to get something. But recently, so she's been doobie doobie doing for the last like 5 years. Recently, recently, very, very recently, I was at her house with my mom because I went there to help her take care of her just for a little bit. And we're sitting on the couch, and great grandma's sitting there on her chair, and she sits up slowly and she looks at me and mom, and she starts speaking, and she says, "I have a bulbous nose." And that was it. That's the only English I've heard out of her for the last 5 years.
A machine was trying to write its own script or something.
Yeah. She said she had a bulbous nose and then went right back to doobie doobie doos, and she hasn't said anything since.
You think she's actually conscious of like her own existence at this point?
Oh, very, very much so. She just can't speak. She gets really frustrated when you can't understand her, but she still lives by herself. She still, cooks and eats and cleans.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Years old doing that?
She's slow, but she does it. Yeah, she's very stubborn.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
That's
I know.
Inspiring, really.
Yeah.
Doobie doobie doo. Grandmother here is 103 years old. She has wisdom beyond her days, grandmother. What do you have to bestow upon the younger generation?
Oh no!
Oh, now you've gone too far.
Don't worry, she'll probably outlive me anyway, so it's all good.
So just to update everybody, we got a lot of really good questions here tonight. So obviously we're not going to get through all of the questions. We're probably going to go 5 more minutes in answering questions. So we'll try to get through as many as we can.
And then we'll do the last.
At 8:15 our time. So in about 5 minutes, we'll do the last drawing, and that'll be our end of the podcast. If we don't get to your question, please resubmit it for the next one, because like I said, we got a lot of good questions tonight, and there are ones that kind of needed some elaboration. So yeah. Here's a question. Yeah, here's a question from Taylor. This one might go a little quick. So Taylor's asking, out of all the cities that don't have a PonyCon, which city would you like to see one start at?
Well, that's a long story.
Can we have someone in North Carolina, please?
Yeah,
You
Raleigh
guys are
would
really-
be ideal. I mean, it has a convention center.
You know what?
It's really close to my house, so I can just be there already.
Isn't
I was
BronyCon like an hour from you?
No,
Tucson.
BronyCon's like 4 hours from me,
Oh.
at least.
Well,
with
Raleigh
no
would be
traffic.
3 hours.
I want there to be one in Tucson because I want an excuse for all of you guys to visit me. I want
that'd be fun.
Vincent. Everybody.
I don't want to
Vincent,
burn
anyone
up.
wants to come over. No, it's where I live is nice. Vincent once said, "Oh, I'll come visit." Daniel wants to visit. Well, I have invited you. How many times have I invited you? But they're always everybody, including you guys, is like, oh well, yeah, but and I get it. I understand that we have life and that it's money and all that stuff. That's the saying. If there was a convention in Tucson, Daniel Inger could come visit, Vincent could come visit, you guys could come visit, everybody could come visit, and it'd be great when we blow stuff up.
I'm gonna say Hawaii. I'm gonna say Hawaii.
Oh yes!
Did we have one?
I thought they
Not a
did have
pony.
one.
Well, let's go, guys. What are we doing?
I'm just so upset in North Carolina because the closest convention, like in any direction, is 6 hours or more, and it's like, come on, like is anything closer? Like legit, so obnoxious. I'm sure there's someone who's like, I live in Nigeria, so there are no conventions anywhere.
Or food.
Hey.
Or food. Or food. The things I hate most about that country is we do not have pony conventions or food.
Let's see here. Ross Pitt is asking, if you could master a skill in one day, what would it be?
Either a language or playing the piano.
Dang, you and I are like the same person.
What was the first thing?
Production.
A language.
Flying a helicopter.
Oh.
You said language or piano. I was thinking the exact
Oh,
same
language
thing.
is a good. No, those are
language
both
is a great
really
one.
good. Oh yeah, no, that's right. But if you only got one shot, what language would you pick? Spanish.
Honestly, Spanish, yeah.
It's the most practical.
Right.
Nigeria.
And I'm really bad at it. I'm just atrociously terrible.
Mm.
I really
know.
like German, just 'cause I like the way it sounds. And,
Du bist mein allerliebster Freund.
Oh my lord, we just went full ham, didn't we?
To master a skill in one day, I mean, friggin' any kind of art, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If I could
okay, he's got
master
a point.
animation, that'd be great.
Right? That's why I said production. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, animation's
Yeah.
equal to drawing, so
Still wouldn't
I don't
happen
know if
too
it-
fast though. I have to pee really badly, and I've been holding it in, but I can't hold it anymore, so I'll be right back.
Go be.
Yeah, I would probably say mine would be animation as well.
I really want to know how to draw, but I don't have the passion for it. So yeah, drawing.
Draw so much porn.
Oh, drawing, art.
I want to draw so that I can create like a thing. Everything that I want to create requires also drawing, and it's so frustrating.
No,
I would-
porn. I'm
like-
not drawing. I'm not joking. I want to draw
No, I know
porn.
you're doing that for financial reasons, but like
You
there's
could
a lot
make
of,
so
like,
much.
things that I like because I like music being like I like musicals a lot. So there's sometimes I'll like listen to just a regular old album of like a band I like, and I'll be like, this would make a great musical soundtrack, and I have a whole scene in my head and I want to animate it, but I don't have the time, patience, or skill. So maybe animation or drawing or something.
Nice. Let's see. While Gabe's gone, let's see here. So, I think there's going to be 2 more questions we're going to hit up.
Okay.
So this one sounds like fun. I'll actually, yeah, I'll hit this one up right now. Dave is asking, can there be an 18+ version of Whose Line?
Dude, I wish.
There has
honestly.
been before.
There has been. Fiesta Equestria back in the day, actually, they used to run their Whose Line shows.
I'm back.
And they were like too. So Gabe, the question that we're answering right now is, can there be an 18+ version of Whose Line?
Oh, that's a great question, and it would mean I would say a lot more jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, so Saber and I have actually been part of an 18+ Whose Line at Fiesta Equestria. It was fun, but it's weird because you're so used to not going down that route. But yeah, it's up on YouTube. You can look it up, Fiesta Equestria 18+.
Yeah.
So you still hold back just kind of instinctively?
You try to be clever, and if you're gonna go all out, you go all out, as you'll see Saber did in that one.
Yeah, I guess the problem with it being 18+ is like a lot of clever jokes come from just being like right on the edge. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was
Like
gonna say, right, and that's kind of like it feels like the art of it, but
the biggest issue that I could see with an 18+ panel happening at most of the conventions these days is that you need, I mean, those Who's lines require a lot of room because they bring in a lot of people, and we typically need the stage. And the problem is that a lot of conventions still do Friday and Saturday concerts. So you'd have to either have the Who's, just get rid of the other thing. So then we're good. No, but I've noticed some conventions are starting to go to like a Saturday concert and kind of have everything there at once, as opposed to breaking it up over 2 days. So if it's a convention like that, it could work. I would not mind I'd be down to do 2 Who's lines. I enjoy Who's lines. Me too. A lot. We'll just have an 18+ one at BronyCon. Let's do it.
Don't think so.
All right, so this is the last question we'll hit up. Again, if we didn't get to your questions, don't be afraid to resubmit them for next time's show. A quick question for you guys: what day are you guys going to BronyCon?
Thursday?
Yeah, getting there Thursday.
Okay, so everyone's leaving Thursday?
Leaving and getting there, yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're good to do the Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Neat. All right, so that's going to be on the 25th of July. Again, if you sent us a question, that's going to be a big like BronyCon preview show, as well as all of our typical topics. But yeah, we're all going to be gearing up to get on our way to BronyCon during that one. So the last question we'll hit here, Rosie Diamond's asking, what's one new thing you're looking forward to at BronyCon?
Something that they haven't done yet?
I don't know, just something new. I'm looking forward to Sarah being there.
Huh?
Michelle.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was busy banning someone from the chat. We got our first troll.
Good.
Oh, yay! We're getting popular.
Sarah, the question was, what is one new thing you're looking forward to at BronyCon?
All of it, because I've never been.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that she'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Michelle and I are writing a song for Tabitha's script that we're gonna sing on. If we have time. But I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun.
Nice. Sounds fun.
It will be fun.
If there's any of the young six like figures, I got into figure collecting. It's such a terrible hobby because it's like a gajillion dollars. But like, if there's like any of the young six as figures, I might buy a couple. I really do like those characters a lot. Even like Gallus, who I don't even like that much, I still like them. I like all of them.
You just kiss somebody?
Yes. Cool.
That was me kissing Sarah.
Sorry, yeah, he came into my room and he made this smoochy noise.
The smoochy noise.
I didn't know if anybody heard it.
I all of a sudden I heard Saber go, did someone kiss somebody? And I realized,
oh. Paleo's butthole.
Okay, so
all right,
that is the end of the Q&A, and let's go ahead.
This is it.
And do our last.
Who's it gonna
spin
be?
At the wheel. Let me pull it up. For
I'm
everybody
nervous.
To see.
Are you nervous?
It'll be Jesus.
No.
I'm always nervous.
You're not nervous?
No, I'm not nervous.
I'm always nervous.
All right, who's gonna get it?
All right, spin the wheel.
No.
It's spinning. It's tick 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 tick. Dre 88 fan.
Dre JREY 88 fan.
God.
You are the fourth winner.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Nice. Awesome. Well, again, so for each of the winners, we will be emailing you guys your code. And that is a code that you'll apply to when you go to get your badge. They're going to ask for if you have like a coupon code or something.
Yeah,
you'll
on the website.
You'll put that code in. It's good for a 3-day badge, BronyCon. And we want to thank each and every one of you for your support, for joining us here tonight. Again, to our live audience, thank you guys so much for coming out. To our delayed audience, the one that listened on delay. Whenever I say that, I feel like I'm like, let's go. And of course, to all the podcasters here, thank you guys for joining us here tonight.
Yep.
Yay.
With that, we say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, them
Good
ponies.
night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Peace off.